All right, folks, gather around. Are you ready to dive into the gooey, cheesy, meaty abyss of lasagna? I mean, who doesn't love a dish that can make you feel like a culinary god while simultaneously putting you in a food coma? Just imagine layers upon layers of pasta, rich meat sauce, creamy bechamel, and enough cheese to make a dairy farmer weep with joy. But before we embark on this saucy journey, let me ask you a few questions that will keep you glued to your seat like a melted cheese strand. Have you ever tried to impress a date with your cooking skills only to end up burning toast? Or maybe you've been that person who thought boiling water was a culinary achievement. Well, fear not, lasagna is your ticket to culinary glory, and I'm here to guide you through the process with all the flair of a reality TV chef and none of the pretentiousness. So, are you ready to unleash your inner Italian nonna? Can you handle the layers of flavor, the explosion of textures, and the sheer joy of creating something that will make your taste buds dance? If you're nodding your head, let's get this lasagna party started. First things first, let's talk about the ingredients. You can't just throw random stuff together and hope for the best, right? You need a strategic arsenal of deliciousness. Here's what you'll need. 12 lasagna noodles. Yes, 12. We're building a fortress of flavor here, not a flimsy house of cards. 1 pound of ground beef. Because what's a lasagna without some meaty goodness? 1 pound of Italian sausage. For that extra kick, because we're not here to play it safe. 2 cups of ricotta cheese, the creamy glue that holds our masterpiece together. 3 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese. The more the merrier, I always say. 1 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Because we need that fancy touch, right? 1 egg, just 1. This isn't a chicken farm. 4 cups of marinara sauce. You can make your own, but let's be real. Who has the time? A tablespoon of dried oregano, a tablespoon of dried basil, a pinch of salt, and a dash of pepper. You know, the usual suspects. Now that we have our ingredients lined up like soldiers ready for battle, let's get to the fun part, the cooking. But wait. Before we dive into the kitchen chaos, let's take a moment to appreciate the beauty of lasagna. It's not just food, it's a hug in a dish. It's the kind of meal that can turn a bad day into a good one, and it's the ultimate comfort food. So are you ready to create some culinary magic? All right, first things first. Preheat that oven of yours to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. This is crucial, my friends. You don't want to throw your masterpiece into a cold oven and have it come out looking like a sad pancake. While that oven is heating up, let's get our meat sauce going. Grab a large skillet and heat it over medium-high heat. Toss in your ground beef and Italian sausage and let them mingle until they're browned and beautiful. Now here's where things get interesting. As the meat cooks, you can start channeling your inner chef and make sure to break it apart with a spatula. We're not looking for meatballs here. We want crumbles that will soak up all that marinara goodness. Once the meat is cooked through, drain any excess fat like a responsible adult, because we're making lasagna, not a grease bomb. Next up, it's time to add the marinara sauce. Pour in those 4 glorious cups and stir it all together like you're conducting an orchestra of flavor. Add in your dried oregano, basil, salt, and pepper, and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. This is the moment where your kitchen starts to smell like an Italian grandmother's house. And if you're not drooling yet, you need to check your pulse. While that sauce is bubbling away, let's move on to the ricotta mixture. In a large bowl, combine your ricotta cheese, the egg, and a pinch of salt. Mix it up like you're trying to impress someone at a cooking competition. You want it to be creamy and smooth, ready to be slathered on those noodles. Now that we have our meat sauce and ricotta ready, it's time to assemble this beast of a lasagna. Grab a 9/13-inch baking dish, and let's get layering. Start with a generous scoop of meat sauce at the bottom of the dish, spreading it out like a warm blanket. Then, place 3 lasagna noodles on top, making sure they don't overlap like they're at a high school dance. Next, add half of your ricotta mixture on top of the noodles, spreading it out like you're frosting a cake. Then sprinkle a cup of mozzarella cheese over that creamy goodness. Yes, you're allowed to drool a little. Now repeat the layering process. More meat sauce, 3 noodles, the remaining ricotta, and another cup of mozzarella. Feeling adventurous? Throw in some extra Italian herbs if you want to jazz it up. But wait, we're not done yet. For the final layer, place 3 more noodles on top, cover them with the remaining meat sauce, and then pile on the rest of the mozzarella and a sprinkle of Parmesan. This is the moment where you can channel your inner cheese monster and go wild. Now that our lasagna is layered like a delicious lasagna cake, cover the baking dish with aluminum foil. This is crucial to prevent it from drying out in the oven. Pop that bad boy into the preheated oven and let it bake for about 25 minutes. After that, remove the foil and let it bake for another 15-20 minutes until the cheese is bubbling and golden brown. While that's happening, let's take a moment to reflect. How are you feeling? Are you excited? Nervous? Ready to eat? Because in just a little while, you'll be feasting on a slice of cheesy, meaty heaven. But remember, patience is a virtue. Allow the lasagna to cool for about 15 minutes after it comes out of the oven. This is the hardest part, but trust me, it's worth the wait. Finally, it's time to serve. Grab a sharp knife and cut into that glorious lasagna, revealing the layers of deliciousness within. Serve it up on a plate, and don't forget to garnish with a sprinkle of fresh basil if you're feeling fancy. Now let's recap. You started with some basic ingredients, transformed them into a rich meat sauce, whipped up a creamy ricotta mixture, and layered it all into a cheesy masterpiece. You've conquered the lasagna, my friend. So how does it taste? Did you impress your date? Did you finally prove to yourself that you can indeed cook? I hope you're feeling like the culinary champion you are. And remember, this lasagna is more than just a meal. It's a celebration, a testament to your cooking prowess, and a reminder that you can create something beautiful and delicious from scratch. Now go forth and share your lasagna with the world. Whether it's a cozy family dinner or a gathering with friends, this lasagna is bound to be the star of the show. And who knows, maybe you'll inspire someone else to take the plunge into the world of cooking. So what are you waiting for? Get in that kitchen and show the world what you're made of.